What's happening? I'm Ash and this is my ridiculously modded SD-1 from Boss. Basically, this is the equivalent of The Walking Dead later seasons. You know, they've taken an old classic and just added a bunch of knobs to it. But unlike Zombie Hollyoaks, this actually delivers. Now, I bought this on Mercari, which is a Japanese website for buying secondhand goods. I think they have it in America too, but it's pronounced Mercari or something, I don't know. Sadly, the seller doesn't really want to give you any information of what's inside. I'm not a pedal engineer, so I couldn't tell you what's going on, but he did put a few notes, which I'll tell you right now. So basically, this added little switch here is just for a boost, which is controlled by the side knobs on the right here. So this one's a gain, I guess, and this one's the level, and it's just for like a solo boost or something like that. On the front, these work as the the regular way that you'd use an overdrive. You know, this is the output, level, the drive, and the tone. Of course, I'm using it in the modern way, which is to boost the output, the level, and to turn down the gain all the way. It's funny that you'll see a lot of people on like metal forums and Facebook groups or whatever, you know, the younger generation like myself, well, fairly young, we use tube screamers into the front of the amp, turn the gain down a little bit, just to give it a bit of a tighter sound, right? Nobody is replacing their amp sound with an overdrive. They're just using it to like tighten it up a bit, to squeeze it in and make it just more articulate. You know, so when you see people saying like, why did you spend $2,000 on an amp and then just use an overdrive in front of it? It's not distortion. No one's actually using the gain part of it. They're just using the boost. So stop asking. So on the right here is a little switch, and if it's in the center, that means there's no added compression. If you put it up, it's supposed to replicate the governor, which is that Marshall overdrive. And then when you put it down, apparently it's the there's more compressed sound. A clipping diode. So when the switch is up, it's just in the regular super overdrive mode, and if you put it down, it's supposed to replicate the Keeley mod. You know, this guy knows about mods and all these Keeley, you see a lot of pedals that have been Keeley modded. Apparently that's in it too. So yeah, now let's be fair, it looks mental, right? I mean, look at this, how it focuses. The thing about Boss pedals is that they're cheap and everyone has them, and if you've got a cool pedal board, putting this on it, I mean, it's going to bring in the nerds, isn't it? They're going to be peering right over the barrier to check it out. So let's check it out and see how it sounds. Now in the past year, I bought 3 amps because I thought, I really wanted to start doing videos, and I thought I'd buy 3 amps that are different price ranges, which is the EVH 5150 here, which is, not super expensive, but it's more on the expensive side. Then we have the DSL20, which is more affordable, and then I'm going to use the orange Micro Terra, which is right there. Dark Terra. I can never remember the names. So all 3 amps are in different price ranges, and let's just see how it works. Now, once again, I'm going to use this as an overdrive, which is basically I'm going to turn down the gain on the amp and use this as, a little bit extra gain and tighten the sound up. And then let's just see how it sounds. I'm going to use my Ormsby Hype 6, and it's going to go straight into the amps and then into the Captor X, which is right there. And I'm going to be using York Audio impulse responses, and I'm going to use the same one, which I think is just the preset of the EVH, the first mix one, that one, and that's it. Alright, so let's try it with the EVH 5150 EL34 over here. Now, the red channel doesn't really need boosting in my opinion, but the blue one, it does have its haters out there. I like it just because it sounds different, but, notoriously it does have a little bit of a flubby end. So here's the amp with, I'm going to turn the gain up a little bit just to match it. So just boots to the gain. I mean, it's not terrible. But let's try it with the Franken one over here. Okay, so the tone is all the way, I guess, a little bit in the middle. Turn the boost up and the drive down. That's cool. I mean, it's cool. Without it, okay, so the whole point of having the double drive on it is that it's supposed to be for, you can use it for a rhythm tone and for a solo, right? So let's just try the red. When you press this button, okay, there's a lot of gain, I guess. Oh yeah, it's pretty cool actually, isn't it? It's more, just more. It's pretty subtle, isn't it? But I guess it's, you know, for solos and doing things like that. But yeah, very cool. Anyway, back to the overdrive. Awesome. Let's compare the red channel to this one, shall we? I mean the red channel just sounds like it with the boost kind of, doesn't it? Yeah, I'm not a fan of it on the red channel. It doesn't need it. So yeah, the red channel does not need it at all, but if you are going to use the blue channel and want to tighten it up a bit, this is awesome. You know, if you want that articulate, you know, heavy sound that you get. Guys, I'm just messing about here too. I'm not going to add any post-processing or whatever. I mean, what's the point, right? The whole point is listening to the pedal, not my guitar playing. I'm just messing about, so please don't judge me. Alright, let's check out the Marshall. So let's check out the Marshall DSL-20. Now, you know, pretty affordable amp, and you know, it's got a good sound. So here's what it sounds like with just the amp. Okay, so can you hear that? Like, it's a little bit flubby, right? So that's for the gain, you know, turn it down a bit. not terrible. But this is where these overdrives come into it, you know, and you can do this with almost anyone. The whole point of it is to retain the, you know, the amp sound, but just to have a little bit of tightness for doing like more modern metal stuff. So let's try it. Without it, it still sounds great, but it's just a little bit. You know, you're likening it to just cutting a bit of fat off a piece of bacon, you know? I mean, fat's great, but if you know, sometimes you don't need it. Let's listen to that passage without it. Of course, let me turn up the gain as well, because it's kind of not fair, you know, with the actual gain. See, it's just a little bit flubby. Turn on this little bastard. And of course the tone knob too. I mean, I could, let me just put that like in the center a bit. Tuning's holding up. I don't know about you guys, but in Japan right now it's really humid and my guitars are just dying from it. I don't know about you, but that's pretty workable metal tone, right? So, you know, you don't have to spend a lot of money on amp. You can just buy maybe the Marshall DSL-20, get an overdrive, not this one of course, but anyone really, and you'll tighten up and get that sound. Oh my god, so for recording I've been using one of those hairband things. Where is it? Oh yeah, they are. So I'm using one of these for recording. It's made my muting technique really, really bad. I don't know about you guys, but using these is, you know, makes you lazy. But they're really good for recording, you know, because if you're doing solos and leads, it's good to have it. But if you have it on all the time, you don't need to do as much muting, and I'm suffering from it. Yeah, let's keep it on there, because I suck. Let's just keep it on there. Let's turn on the red. Yeah. All right, I think it's pretty good. Let's check out the orange, the micro dark. Alright, let's check out the little micro dark. Now, this is much more affordable amp, you know, and, you know, I guess it's decent sounding, you know, you can get kind of metal tone out of it, but it is also a little bit stoner rockery too, so, you know, let's just listen to it with the... That's the gain down. You know, very flubby, right? But, you know, it's kind of the orange sound anyway. still like it, but let's check it out with the OD. Alright, much better if you're going for that modern sound. Oh, let's try the gain on the overdrive. No, definitely not that. Maybe halfway. Let's try the old mod on the button. I mean, it's fine, I think. You know, once again, you don't have to spend a lot of money on this amp, and if you put an OD in the front of it, I think it's pretty cool. I think it works fine. Yeah, does the job. I mean, it's awesome, you know. Once again, I'm not an expert in all these little things that are on here, but they do all sound good no matter what they do. Now, this is only available in Japan, and if you do want it, then you're going to have to give me $1 million. Come on, Mike Myers, still funny. Alright, never mind. So I think in the modern world right now, the most plentiful things are, you know, selfies and overdrive pedals. They're just way too many. Nobody needs any more, but they're still fun to do, right? I'm surprised McDonald's and Starbucks haven't whipped out a McDrive and a Frappacento or something. Now admit it, you've clicked on the video because of how it looks, right? I mean, it's a crazy looking pedal, right? These Franken pedals are awesome. And, you know, if you're one of these pedal board geeks that just loves how having, you know, like one of those Star Wars computer pedal boards, you know, this would be a very cool addition. This pedal is the equivalent of a Twitch failed thumbnail. Anyway, just a cool little thing I found here in Japan, messing around with overdrives and these cool ones. I'm gonna get some more in the future. There's a guy that has like TS9s and HM2s and things like that. Let's check them out. Anyway, hope you enjoyed. Catch you next time. Bye.